Okay, well, I have a react video for us that I think you will enjoy very much.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's see.
I
Let's
just want you to be, like, nervous.
I don't know. I'm okay.
Okay. I had people to cry.
All the
time.
Last time.
Yeah.
Like, she's trying to develop a relationship with this girl. So she's...
Mind if I search the car?
What should she have said right in that moment?
Yes.
You know that.
She should say yes to search the car?
No, she should say, yes, I mind if she searches the car.
Yeah. So then, obviously, she goes through it. We'll get to this point.
So here's another really interesting part. She gave her consent to search the car, but now she's searching her purse.
Right.
This is a completely different thing.
Is that not allowed? I wouldn't have thought, like, oh, she's going to look through my purse.
Right. It is interesting. She establishes a little rapport, and what you see there is that's what police officers are trained to do, and it's the same thing. Normalize any of the behavior, and you'll see it in murder investigations. Oh, it's not like you're a serial killer. Oh, you only killed 2 people. It's not like you're a really serious serial killer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you were just going to Miami to do the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's fine. We're good. We're on good terms. Oh, can I search the car? Sure. And the person's like, I don't think I can say no to this person. That's like tactic number 1.
Right.
Especially you got a younger person, probably not a lot of experience with the police officer.
I'm just surprised that they would want to search the car. She doesn't seem like she's doing anything unusual,
Yeah, and I think that certain police officers, they're going to ask every single person that anything weird is, can I search your car? And they know if they get 100 searches, 1 out of 100, they're going to find something they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Interesting, they say, can I search the car? And the first thing they do is go through her purse.
Yes. Yeah, and so here you'll see they go through.
Oh, now we're unzipping wallets.
Yes, and then this is where they find.
I do.
So then she talks about, this is interesting.
Use like flavors or?
Yes.
There's the IDs.
Right. So assuming that part was legal, this is if you can get to this part, which is a little suspect. But now this is a great example of an investigation kind of developing. So all of a sudden now this police officer comes across a whole bunch of IDs. Well, that's not normal. Now you're like, okay, I can ask some additional questions. That's fair. If what they did up to that point is okay, now the investigation is developing and they can ask some follow-up questions because it's like, all right. And it would be the same thing if they found a white powdery substance in a little glassy
So now they have more cause to search.
Right. So it's there's more facts at this point.
I believe they also.
Get off work or working out? Or?
No, I just got a haircut. Actually, I work at 4. So.
And I wish it would cool off.
So we can fast forward this to a little bit.
So now they're in the trunk. That's a different search.
I guess
Glove. It depends what state law is a little different here. Some states, most states, you're going to need a separate warrant for locked portions of the vehicle, the glove box, and the trunk. So.
I bet your target.
The police officer says, hey, can I take a look around your car? Does that mean I can unlock everything and unzip everything and search the bags and all that? That's a little bit of the nuance, but there's, I guess, a common issue is scope creep of the consent.
Hold on. All right, if we're going to talk about anything like a weed pen, I got to read you your rights, okay?
So they found a weed pen.
Yeah.
Under arrest, which means I have to read your rights. We're going to talk about it, okay? All right, you have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions, okay? Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given, okay? You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make these statements during the question, okay? If you cannot afford a lawyer, you are entitled to
So this is an interesting part of the video also, and it's not particularly offensive, but sometimes what you will see police officers do, she's reading Miranda rights, she's reading them from a card, which is the proper way to do it. It's accurate. But a lot of times what you'll see police officers do is they will give a kind of an explanation to the Miranda rights before they read the Miranda rights. And they'll say something like, look, this is no big deal. You know, I got to read the rights. It's just like TV. It's a thing. And they try to minimize it or set it up so that the person isn't really listening to the words that are written off the card. And here this police officer said, before we do anything, I have to read you your rights. And that would be consistent, I think, with most police officers' training and experience.
And I don't even think she realizes that she's about to be fully arrested.
Yeah, and there's that 5 or 10 or 15 seconds is a critical part of any investigation for both the police officer and the person who's going to be questioned, because they're setting it up. Which is in what she's saying, she did it subtly, and I don't think it was necessarily inappropriate, but she said, before I talk to you, I have to read you your rights. And she's trying to come across as saying, this isn't a big deal. I'm just going to talk to you. And right, exactly like you're saying, she doesn't know she's becoming a suspect and we're questioning you right now. The police officer is very smooth. It's like, look, it's just a rule. I got to read you this. It doesn't mean you're in trouble. No big deal. I'm just going to do this.
Right.
Instead of saying, you got to be smart enough to listen. I mean,
at what point can she ask? She can ask for an attorney, like as soon as she's done reading.
You can ask for a lawyer the second you get pulled over. Okay. You can say, I want a lawyer. I'm not talking to you. I'm going to exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Boom. They cannot make you talk. It's and you can invoke that right anytime you want. If anyone ever starts reading you your rights, that would be a good
time to ask for one.
Yeah. You already probably waited too long.
All right.
If any time in the interview you do not wish to answer the questions, you are privileged to remain silent. Do you understand? I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement simply of your own free will. Do you understand? Any statement can and will be used against you in a court of law. Did you understand those rights? That's not a weed pen, right?
No, it's not.
That's just your vape pen?
It is.
Why do you carry it right there?
I usually don't, but I had it in my lap when I was driving and I didn't have anywhere to
Yeah, she said she has a marijuana pen in there.
had fake IDs.
And you have fake IDs.
They are mine. They're in my name.
They're what?
They're in my name.
Oh, you had these made up.
They were ordered.
So you had them made up.
Not me personally, but
What do you mean not you personally?
my friend made.
You asked your friend for it? Because like, people don't usually just...
No, I know, yeah. Okay, I was just saying I didn't physically make the order. But yes.
Yeah, you went there and asked them.
She's like admitting it.
Is that real? Or is there no?
No, there's only one.
Do you have a testing or no?
Yeah, I do. 4.1.
Okay. So what was the deal with those?
They were in my purse.
No, I get the obvious, but what's the like, what are they for?
I don't know. I have them. My friends got them because we're all in college, and they want me to come and visit them in college.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm going to be 21. 6 months. 5 months.
The marijuana card or anything like that?
Okay. So they do the testing. Probably move this along a little bit.
Where did you get it from?
One of my friends.
Your friend ordered, like, your friend bought it for you?
Yes, I don't know.
Sounds like your friends do a lot for you.
They
And they probably shouldn't keep it.
Yeah.
I know, it's odd.
So could her friend also be part of an investigation? Because if they're like, if she's the one that got these fake IDs
Yes.
or made them.
So what I would expect in a scenario like this, if
It's a felony.
These were-
Be in possession of fraudulent driver's licenses and the marijuana vape pen. Okay. So unfortunately, I do have to place
it's a felony to have a fake driver's license, where I don't know.
Or
where
have
these
them made up. I don't know what state this is in.
Florida.
Florida. And that's pretty much the
She's in the notes, right?
video.
Arm wrestling.
Dang. Careful.
Don't have fake IDs in Florida.
Yeah, I guess.
But it is interesting, like if she's like throwing her friend under the bus. Like, my friend made it.
I would think that a really experienced police officer in that scenario would very quickly move to, you don't want to go to jail, do you? Let's talk about some of these friends and some other people that you know, and why don't you save yourself and give us a little information about other things. And you don't see that in that video, which could have been an opportunity for the police officers. That's how major investigations can often start, from relatively
Right, like you
small
don't know,
players.
this could be like a whole ring on the side that,
Right,
you know.
fake ID ring. And do you really want to go after this 20-year-old girl who's going to be 21 in 5 minutes and she's in handcuffs now, or do you want to try to get something a little more offensive?
So what are some exceptions to where you don't need to consent to a search?
Yeah, police officers can search if they have probable cause, if they see something that's illegal in plain view, whether that's an illegal handgun or drugs or forged checks or something that is obviously against the law, they can go get it.
Yep. So at what point can you ask for an attorney in that moment?
Yeah, you can always ask for an attorney. They can do, so in a traffic stop, the police officer can do what's reasonably related to the offense they saw. So if they saw you speeding, they can pull you over, they can run your license plate, and they can give you a speeding ticket. They can't keep you sitting by the side of the road for 20 or 30 minutes while they do some sort of preliminary investigation. And there's United States Supreme Court cases on that. The case involved pulling over people for speeding and then calling in drug dogs to go around. And what the Supreme Court said was you can't hold people on the side of the road. It's a speeding ticket. You give them the speeding ticket. They go about their business. If it becomes a drug investigation, well, then you can do what's reasonably required in a drug investigation. Maybe you smell the odor of marijuana or something that appears to be cocaine on the dashboard or something like that. Now you have a drug investigation and not a traffic investigation.
It's just baby powder. Don't worry. So if a dog is present and they smell something, does then that open it up to you don't need consent to have your car search the dogs?
Yeah, and that gets very detailed in fact specific.
So it depends.
It's a developing situation.
Okay.
Or a person matches the description of a known criminal or a suspect who was in the area. Was it 5 minutes ago, or was it 5 hours ago, or 5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So you can ask for ID if you have a reasonable basis or articulable basis. There's that's really in the weeds.
What about it's not mine? I was holding it for a friend.
And that
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think that's police officers can do an investigation of it's not mine defense.
A lot of people, even if you're completely innocent, they feel like they've done something wrong and that they should say, yeah, you can search my car. Even if there's nothing to hide, they just feel guilty.
And no matter how many times we tell our clients to say no to talking to the police or consenting to a search, the police officers have a certain level of skill and tactic that they can use to get people to agree. And I guess the advice is the police are not there to help you. I would not agree to speak to them, and I would not agree to a search. They have legal processes that they can follow, and I would be polite, I would be respectful, and you don't have to answer the questions. I'm respectfully declining. Am I under arrest? Can I leave? If the answer is, yeah, you can leave, leave.